time for the Lavish Biker Podcast, powered by Lavish T. Williams. It's the dopest, realest podcast in the nation. We talk about everything biker related with no filter. This show ain't for the weak, insecure suckers in their feelings. This show is for the real ones. Thank you and everyone for tuning in, and make sure to add, like, follow, and subscribe at Lavish T. Williams on all social and streaming platforms. And now, let's get into the Lavish Biker Podcast with your hosts, Lavish T. Williams and Pedro.
Yo, what up, Joe? Hey, what's going on, everybody?
World?
Y'all all right? Listen up. Hey, it's 8-ish.
Like we said.
Like we say all the time, we here, man. Check this out real quick. I want to get right into it. I got somebody holding on the line right now. A lot of the old head guys out there, if y'all watching from the city, y'all know who this guy is. It's a lot of new age up-and-coming bikers, and also people who have been around but just not in that era. You might know who he is. You might not. You might have seen him around. You might not. I know one of the spots that he's always at is the Godsons, man. I got my guy Smokey,
Legendary,
you know, on the line, man. Listen, I got Smokey. He right here. He on the line. Smokey, what's going on, man? I got you live on the air, man. What's going on? You all right?
Yeah.
Good. So Smokey, listen, this is why I got you on here, and this is why I called you. Earlier today, and I'm gonna try to find it. Earlier today, someone had posted on Facebook, and they asked, what is the purpose of color count? The color count line and doing color count and all that other stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That's an interesting question. I don't have the correct answer, but I'm going to find and I'm going to ask somebody who might have the correct answer, man. So I decided to call you up.
Well,
say,
another
hey, man,
reason.
you know, what's the whole purpose of the color count thing, man? I know you can answer that. So that's why I got you on here.
Well, what they did, a lot of them stopped the color count. Everybody had a night. And so what they do to get everybody over there and I guess to, everybody say they were going to give us something. They're going to give something away, or just like when they have the anniversary and stuff and so much money they're giving away to draw the crowd, you know?
Okay. All right. So, I mean, how long has this color count stuff been going on? Because I know we talked right before the show, and I want you to give it to me raw.
Well, the color count didn't come. Hey, it came up maybe say in the 90s or and whatever, because hey, back in 68, back in the 70s, when Anderson. A lot of boys wasn't riding motorcycles. Hey, they couldn't even afford them and whatever. So what happened, Anderson, the Japanese made it possible for them to buy a motorcycle. So what they did, Anderson was up in Pontiac. So what they did, they started moving the dealership around and made it possible and you could buy a brand new motorcycle for $2,000. And that's what a lot of blacks and a lot of clubs was riding 750, 350, 450. Nobody was riding Harley Davidson because Harley Davidson, they wouldn't hold up. They was raggedy. They leak oil, this and that. And then the white man didn't want you to have them. You know?
Okay. And that equates to the color count being what?
Well, the color count didn't come to lately down the line. Mostly thing when, like say, when clubs was having a party, whatever one they had, like on a Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night, everybody automatically was going to be there. because they want nothing else open. You see, and everybody was working like afternoons or days or midnights. Hey, the afternoon they had the day shift. I call it the day shift, the afternoon shift, and the midnight. Because the day boys that work days, they hung out and then they had to leave, go home and get some sleep. Then when the boys are on afternoons, is getting off work on afternoon, they start hanging. And then the ones that was working midnights or whatever, they hang or whatever, you know? So it was just a thing. It was love, peace, and unity around these clubs, you know? That's how everybody got to know everybody, you know, from the east side to the west side or whatever, you know?
Oh, okay. Now what about the whole dress thing? What was the dress thing about?
Well, what it was, a lot of clubs like uh, the Toros, the Choppers, the Coyotes, and they had a dress code. Everybody, in other words, hey, when they have a cabaret or whatever, now when they had a cabaret, all the clubs will they dress uniform. It's just like the Choppers. They had a dress code or whatever. They different things they wore back then. Back then, everybody wore blue jeans and boots, no gym shoes or nothing. Everybody had vests, blue jeans, and some of them had a lot of studs in them or whatever, you know. So it was going that who had the best dress club and the best dress uniforms or whatever. You know, different clubs had uh, uniforms, something like the uh, soldiers wore, but you know, it wasn't that color and whatever. You know, stripes, this, that. You know, they had a dress code,
Okay. Okay.
and it wasn't no color count. Color count didn't come to lately down the line or whatever. I don't even know. It came back here. Say, go back. Say about 15 years ago. That's when color count. I think about when it started or longer. You
No,
know.
it had to be. Yeah, it had to be longer because I've been pushing it since over like what 18 years as far as active, and I know that they was doing that before I started. So and I was in the 2000s, so I know it at least in the 90s or something. And I'm not even too sure about
Well,
how far
yeah,
back
say
then.
80s, 90s, but hey, say the 90s or something like that. That's when they start color count. That's when the clubs really start migrating. You
Okay.
know, that's when they had clubs on the east side, clubs on the west side, because I remember when it wasn't but a handful of clubs on the east side.
Oh yeah. What
Because
go ahead. What
the
club? What
boogie
clubs
down,
was
they
it?
started The Boogie Down, they started on the west side. They started over on James Cousin Service Drive between Fanco. I mean, yeah, between Fanco and Puritan over in there. Yes.
Okay.
And the Hellraiser always been on the east side. Hellraiser was right there. I don't know that side street, but it was right there on Gratiot, right behind Top Hat Hamburger, right off the freeway back over in there. Okay?
Okay. Okay. Hmm. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah. Yeah, now the Coyotes, they was right there on Mac and Shoemaker. No, Mac and can't think of that side street right there. And when a lot of them start getting older or whatever, like Mr. Marshall, which is Nick and the Toros, that was his daddy in them club or whatever. They used to have on Bemis Farm. They used to have a we all used to own, especially in the summertime. Everybody used to go to Belleville, to Beeman Farm. They had bike racing. They had this, this, and that out there. You know.
Okay. What do you think the biggest difference in your time being a biker and today is?
First thing you got to say what oh, definitely I'd have seen a lot. And I'd have seen a lot come and a lot of changes, because it was against the rule to ride a woman with a halter top, sandals and stuff like that, short pants, you know? And then that was the club code when you ride, you must have boots, you must have blue jeans, you must have a vest on, no gym shoes. No gym shoes.
So when you see people riding the gym shoes,
and you had to have a helmet before this helmet law. You had to have a helmet on.
What do you think about people riding in gym shoes?
Well, hey, if they ever go down or they ever hit something on the highway, they'll know it. I didn't know a lot of them that got legs broke and everything told, busted, and whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, man, I know. Like I was telling Pedro, man. I said, I want to call Smokey because Smokey, man, he can really share a lot of information, man, because he's been around, man. Smokey, how long you been around, man? This bike set?
53 for about 55 years.
Okay. I got some of my people in my club. They say, wait a minute, Boogie Down was on the west side. Yes, it was on the Lodge Service Drive.
That's right, between Puritan
almost bought that building.
And Wyoming. Between Puritan and Wyoming, right. Yes.
There was 3 buildings from Puritan Avenue.
Because some of your club brothers, I can't think of their names now. A lot of them, they all gone, except they used to come up to my club, which I was in the Flying Diamond, over on Wyoming between Marita and Clarita. I was in there, and I still wear my Flying Diamond color. 53, 12, 55 years, yes. We the one who started these niggas going to the Derby. These niggas didn't know nothing about going to the Derby.
Oh, yeah. You was a trendsetter.
Yes. Pardon me?
I say you was a trendsetter.
Well, my club is my president, and me and one of my club brothers, we left one day, didn't know nothing about the Derby or whatever. People was talking about it and whatever. So, hey, I know it was always the first Saturday in May. And we left out cold as hell or whatever. We met, when we got to Cincinnati, we met this brother. And we called him Pumpkin, Red Nigga. That's how we started Flying Diamonds in Cincinnati Diamonds, yes. And he turned us on, put us up, and everything.
Okay.
Next thing you know, every year we got ready to go, which is every May the 1st, everybody in my club, it was 23 of them, they had a year to get their bike together. They had a year to get off of work till they prayer day. Whoever they worked at, they need that weekend off. You had a year to get it together. And we leave out Friday morning. What kind of
bike did you ride, Smokey? What was you riding? A Honda back then?
That's right. Well, that's what the majority of them was riding. 750 Hondas.
That was the bike.
And Kawasaki 900 cows.
Who was?
Well, no Harley. They was riding. One of my club brothers had some had 750 Yamaha. They had Motor Guzzi, Tramps, and Nortons.
Okay. Now, what's a Norton?
It was the bike.
That's a bike.
Norton.
That's a motorcycle.
Yes, okay. It's a motorcycle. It's a British made. It was a place over on Joy Road between Oakman and Myers. They call them Blackies. And you can go to Blackies and buy everything you need, from helmets to jacket to vest. Hey, we didn't know what chaps was until later down the line,
Okay. Did you wear chaps?
I didn't know what it was until later down the line, but we had blue jeans.
Okay.
And long johns, and boots and gloves.
Yeah.
No, man, I'm listening, man. You know, since I got you on the air, there's still so much more that I want to talk about. I just want to wait till me and you can line up and make our time worth it and get you in person, man. But you know, who were some of the guys, man, that was some of the big dogs in the city, man, around your time, you know, coming up back in the day, man?
Well, it was Big Nigga and the Toros. It was Killer Brew over in the New Breed over on Woodrow Wilson, and then you had Candy Paper. He was in the Gentleman's, and you had Vern and the Sidekicks, and you also had the Choppers. You don't leave them out. Choppers been around a long time. They was over on Finkel in Linwood. And matter of fact, the last clubhouse they had, the Sidekick in that clubhouse right now.
On Finkel?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That was the Chopper. That was the Choppers clubhouse.
Okay. Didn't know that.
Yep.
So smoke. So everybody back then was getting along then too, huh?
Oh yeah, it was love, peace, and unity.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't nobody fighting or whatever,
And we working
and
on that right
arguing
now.
or whatever. Huh?
We working on that right now.
Yeah. And then I see they trying to start the coalition.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long they've been trying to start a coalition, man?
Now, how long?
Since the 70s.
I know they had one when I first came around.
Yeah, they had it, but I'm gonna tell you, it never worked out.
Okay.
It never worked out.
Well, yeah. Probably because a lot of people weren't trying to see eye to eye on it. But I think
That's what I'm saying.
But I think now that a lot of people see the direction and how bad the bike set have gotten because it wasn't around, that I think it's the point now where everybody see that it's needed to kind of get the bike set kind of back. You know,
And the Meat Man in the Chopper, in the Hellraisers, he been around a long time too. But a lot of them going, and then JJ that's over there now.
Mm-hmm.
JJ, he's in the Hellraisers. See, they like Columbo, Preacher Frank?
No.
Well, Preacher Frank, he used to be in the Choppers. He's in Outcast now. You know him when you see him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with these clubs, man, that you speak of, that's not around no more, because there's a few of them that you name, and like I say, Smokey, me and you, we done had previous conversations over the years and everything. So it's new to the viewers that's listening, man. What happened to these clubs that used to be around that's not around? How did they pretty much dissolve? Because
Well, what happened back then? Nobody was getting little younger folks in there and breaking them in. What's happening or whatever, Okay. Yeah, I can name a bunch of clubs that was out here, man. The Mighty Saints. See. Now, the what's calling been out here quite a while. The Afro Dog, but they was out in Southwest Detroit. And see, they was riding back in the 70s. All of them was riding 900 cow and 750 choppers. They was riding choppers back then. They was riding $20,000 motorcycles back then.
$20,000 motorcycles way back then?
Yeah, well, see, all of them was working, but them choppers, they was sending them out the fence up in Pontiac, Yosemite Sam over on Finkel, and they was chopping them down. They was custom painting job and stuff, mag wheels and stuff like that. Yes.
Oh, stuff.
Big Ben. Ben?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Ben been around a long time. Did you try to talk to Ben?
No, I got to reach out to him.
Yeah, Ben, and also I can't think of the other name, but he's still around. Yes, you got to reach out to him.
What club, man, back in the day, man, in the city, man, would you say, man, was like that club to be at, man, you know, that was really popping, that was really hot? Who was really hot back in the day?
Well, the Toro was hot. The Gentleman was hot. The Afro Dog, Afro Wheels, Chosen Few. You ever heard of a club called the Filthy Few?
I have not.
Yeah, they was right there on Puritan, between right off of Livernois, a few blocks down, right across the. It was a bar across their street from it called the Grapevine, right across the street there.
Okay.
Gloria D. Bells, Odie, Terry, Fee, all of them was in there. You know.
All right. You know I gotta ask because I'm in the club, man. How was the boogies back then, man?
Boogies always have been good. It was love, peace, and unity. I say they used to come up there. They wanted to race. They was mostly into racing.
Yeah.
Went around the club, wanted to race bikes, but a lot of people wasn't racing back then. But some of them boys had them 900 cows and them 1,000 cows. They was racing, you know. But they had 750s or whatever. But it was a love, peace, and unity.
Yeah. Do you think that it can ever get back to what it was back then, from your perspective?
Never.
Never? You
Not
don't
in
think
this
so?
day. No. Mm-mm.
Now,
No.
you know, I'm in a different age group than you. And, you know, I see it the way that I see it from my eyes, because I'm in it right now. And, you know, you still around, but why don't you think so? Like, what is it
Well,
that makes you think that?
some clubs are, and some clubs not. You know,
Okay.
less than they have really control, and you know, a lot of things broke. Hey, it's almost about a woman and man thing. That what broke a lot of this up. You know what I'm saying?
Still,
I don't think that's gonna stop, man.
No, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't think that's gonna
And
stop.
see, I'm at home. I can't really talk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, Smokey, man, I gotta get you when you're not at home, because I definitely want you to talk, man.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a shame. That's
Yeah.
still going on right now, man.
Yeah.
You can
And
tell.
see,
You
I
can hear
just
it.
left.
That's the. You know, let's move along. Let's get off of that subject. That's what that mean, huh?
Yeah, because I was just down at the Godson, and I just came in the house, and a bunch of them down there, you know.
Yeah.
No, I'm hip. I'm hip, Smokey, man. We gonna pass on that for now. But
And then some of the boys are still around, man, but they don't come out or whatever. A lot of them are old now, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of them ain't riding or whatever. That's why a lot of the boys now they want to ride. They coming down. They getting trikes, but
Yeah.
trikes are very expensive. Yo, you can get you can get you can get a CVO quicker than you can a trike. Trike is high.
Yeah, they high, but they popping up, man. They that's like, you know, I mean, I can't say the latest trend, but I'm gonna say people are making trikes cooler than what they used to be. And then you
Well,
got people
yeah,
with
but
different health issues and disabilities nowadays that, hey, it's in the blood.
that's right.
They want to ride, man. So they own them trikes.
Yep.
They own them trikes, man. My guy Sticks from my club, he say the Afro Dogs, they were riding 3-wheelers back in the day.
No, but they didn't call 3-wheeler. What they call them Cushman. Cushman's was the police department used to go around and use them for giving tickets out or directing parades and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah. See, they had them. They was Harleys, but they had the trunk open where they used to ride around and give out tickets and stuff like that. You know,
Okay.
downtown and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
it wasn't many.
you said what many trikes back there. Now, what about them guys, man? Because I know, and I don't know if you know Kane, but I know back when I was a kid, man, they used to take them Volkswagens and make them into trikes.
Yeah, I do know King in your club. Yes, I know King very good.
Okay, cool.
He got that Boss Hall trike.
Yeah.
Before then, he had a two-wheel trike. I mean, he had a two-wheel haul,
Yeah.
Boss Hall.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know King very good.
Yeah. Yeah, they had. I remember seeing people, with those when I was.
Yeah, with the Volkswagen truck. Rabbit had one. They had a club, call them or whatever. I can't think of the name right now, but they had Rabbit had one. Quite a few of the boys here. They had trike. They take Volkswagen, and matter of fact, you ever heard of the Rovers?
No, what was the Rovers?
The Rovers went too far from right there. The Rovers was right there on 6 Mile in Wyoming. Right as you go down Wyoming, going north when you make the turn on the right hand side. Herb, one of them is still around. He be around. Yeah, Herb called the Rovers. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Now, if you could go back, and I want to ask you about this myself, the Choppers Club. What and who were the Choppers?
Choppers, hey, you know Fast Fred that died in the Gentleman?
No.
Well, the Choppers, they was out before a lot of these clubs come along. The Choppers been around a long time. Hey, Glenn, you know Glenn?
Smokey, we in a different age group. I do.
Yeah, with Glenn, he in the Choppers, he's still around. He on the east side. But now the Choppers got a clubhouse on the west side now.
Okay.
I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I see one person. I see two people wearing Chopper colors.
Oh, it's more than. They used to be up on a Sunday. There's about 10 or 12 of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I goes there when they having something or whatever. Next time they having something, I'm gonna get you. They right there on the down the street, opposite side of the Gentleman's, around the corner. Yes.
So were they in other states? The Choppers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. They was up in Pittsburgh. They was up in what's called Glen. I remember they used to go up there. Yes. Ike the Light, Glen. It's quite a bit of them. I just have to sit down and think of their names.
Okay. Yeah. No doubt, man. No doubt. I'm trying to think, man. Why I got you on here because I'm trying not to really. I got a lot that I want to wait to talk about because you got so much to share that I just
tell you what, now,
I just need you in person.
Yeah, because see, when I started this, I was 16, 17 when I started riding. I'm 74 now, and still ain't gave it up.
Yeah. Is the Choppers that you're talking about? Are those the same Choppers that's in Cali?
From where?
California.
Yeah, they got some boys out there too. You got to get Glenn. You know what? You got to get Glenn and talk to him. You got to get you with Glenn. He knows just as much as I do. Me and Glenn. Yeah, Glenn.
Okay. We're gonna have to get with Glenn, man, because we got to talk about some of these history, man. Because we can talk about now, but a lot of stuff started back then, man. What do you think about the guys? Because I want to go back to what you said earlier about how some of the stuff is not going to go back to the way it used to be back then. But a lot of the stuff that's going on now was handed down from a lot of the old guys. Some of this stuff is stuff that y'all taught us. So what
Yeah,
do you say
and
about that?
there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
So everybody wants to be
everybody want to be a
the
chief
head.
instead of want to be a. It's just like in some of the clubs. Everybody want to be this, but nobody want to be a soldier. Everybody want to be the head out too. You
Everybody
know?
everybody want to do that, man. Do you know a
Yep.
guy named Tank from the Choppers?
Tank, tank, tank. Let me think. Now I got to come back to my memory.
Okay, yeah. Somebody asked, do you know Tank from the
You
Choppers?
know, Isaac Hayes used to be in the choppers.
All right, so listen, and it's funny that you said that. I was down in Memphis talking to a guy um, named Phelps, and he was sharing that same story. He actually called me today. Funny that we mentioned him. He go by the name Soul Bones. You ever heard that guy? You ever heard that name? Soul Bones?
You know, I think I met him when I was down there. See, at one time, a lot of boys went to California for the roundup, and I went to Memphis, and I went over to y'all clubhouse or whatever, and I hung out with him, and I think I met him. You know,
Yeah, I
but
got
that, yeah,
I got a video I got to upload because he was speaking about the choppers and back in the day, and he was sharing information about clubs back then, and he spoke on Isaac Hayes as well. So it's pretty funny that you said that because he was speaking about Isaac Hayes as well, man. So that's pretty interesting that you just said that. And I want to say somebody got mad and started stopped and started their own club. And I think I can't think of the name of the club. He said I have to look at the video, man, but I'm not sure if you're privy to any of that knowledge outside of Detroit concerning that club.
well, a lot of them did. A lot of clubs. This is what I'm saying. A lot of them in certain clubs, they used to get mad, man, to start another club, just like the Magnificent Seven. They've been around a long time, but Bullet, before Bullet was in there, Big Al and them started or whatever. They had a clubhouse over on Puritan, not too far from the what's that club over on Puritan now?
What the Buffalo?
Take
I
cover
mean,
in them, man.
you got
Take cover in them.
the Black Syndicate.
Yeah. Now the Black Syndicate, they've been around a long time. People don't know that. They used to be down over on Buchanan, down near 14th down in there. They used to be around a long time back in the 70s. They not new.
Yeah, no, they not new at all.
I mean, not very not new. No.
Man, yeah, Smokey, you know all this stuff, man. You know us young guys, we don't know as much as you, man. So it's always a treat, man, when you can sit back and share with us, back in the day what was going on, man, and what was happening.
Yeah, see, Jamaica, she ain't been around a long time. She one of the old heads in y'all club. But before then, she was over in the,
Hell lovers.
no, before the Hell Lover, that used to be, let me think now, because Floyd started the Gladiators. See, Floyd, the one that started the Gladiators, that went from the Gladiators to the Hell Lovers. And that's when a lot of them dispersed and went over to the Outcasts. JJ went to the Hellraisers. A lot of them dispersed, like Columbo. He went to the Outcasts and stuff like that. But before the Lovers came in, see, the first time I met the Lovers, I met Big John. I was over to the Filthy Few over on Puritan.
Okay.
And that's when for Big John and them come from Chicago. That's the first time I ever seen Big John, big old guy. And a fight broke out one night, a civilian, And I'm so glad that boy got away because Big John, he's a big guy. He pulled a belt out made out of a bike chain. And he was whooping that guy, but the guy had a long coat on. And every time he tried to run, Big John like a whip. He whooped it on him and pulled him back. But that boy got away, and he went down Puritan, and them boys tried to catch him. And shit, he had that coat like he was flying like Superman. And I was so glad they didn't catch that boy.
Oh man, I'm sure, man. Hey, at least it wasn't a lot of killing going on back then, man. Because I hear some of the stories of the fights and how they fought, and then they make up and stuff, and then how they can sit back and they can laugh and tell these stories about different things that transpired back then.
No, only one had guns in the club back then, and it was a motorcycle club, and it was right there on Livernois, right across the Tuxedo. Was it was a motorcycle club, but they was all policemen. They call themselves the
Blue Angels.
No, I'm gonna tell you their name in a minute. Go ahead on. I'm gonna think of it. You ever heard of the Mighty Saints?
No.
There was a whole lot of them. A guy from Chrysler named Ernie. He was a foreman, and he worked at Dodge Main over in Hamtramck. He lived on Myers. A lot of guys in the clubs, they started getting, like I say, they started getting motorcycles, 750, 450, 500, and they was at their clubs,
Okay.
That 550 back in the day, man, it would carry the mail. And I remember when the cars started out, they was riding 305 and 450s. Would you believe that?
You was around when you was around before they started to see them start?
Yeah, hell yeah.
No stuff.
Yes.
Smokey, what year you come out, man, in this stuff, man? They started in 69.
Yes, that's when they say 69. That's when that first 750 came out. I mean, that 750 Honda came out. I told you, Anderson came. They put a shop on Puritan and Schaefer. They put another one over on the east side, over there off of, it was over by Focus Hope on the east side, not too far. I can't call that street. They had another one over on Franco near Telegraph. They had another one out on 8 Mile where you can get motorcycles, man. You can buy a brand new motorcycle, man, for $2,038.06.
You got it down to a science.
That's right.
Oh man, shoot.
And now if you had a 750 with a lot of people, them 750s, man, are going. Hey, they got a thing. I was looking in the paper where they looking for them old 750 Hondas and stuff like that, and them old Kawasaki's and big dollar. I looked at one, went for $30,000, man.
Man, that's something, man. Hey, what you think the oldest existing club is, man? That's in Detroit right now, man. Who actually is the oldest club, man, that you know of?
The Choppers, because they still in existence. The Coyotes. I mean the Longhorn.
Now who's the
Roadmaster? Longhorn. That's wait. Boogie Down had their clubhouse at one time over there on Mac. That used to be the Longhorn.
Really? No stuff.
You remember when they was over on Mac?
Yeah, they was around the corner from Southeastern.
Smokey.
Huh?
I'm not in your age group.
I remember when they was on Mac though. I ain't his age neither.
Yeah, that used to be.
It was around the corner from Southeastern.
Yeah, see, I'm not,
No, they was off of Prince Road over in there.
Yeah, no, I'm Smokey. You got to keep in mind, I'm only 36.
I'm 37.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm 37.
I'm a young guy, man. Now, who were the Leathernecks?
Leatherneck, that's I can't talk his name, but he was Man, his name King Rat, they called him, and I think he joined the, later on, he joined the, either the Hellraiser or the, Boogie Down, but he's died. But there wasn't too many, clubs over there, but then later on, he joined one of the Hellraiser, either was it the Hellraiser? Or either Boogie Down, yeah.
Okay.
You know Jamaica?
Yeah, I know her.
Yeah. Well, Jamaica used to be in the. She used to go with the guy that started the Hell Lover, Floyd.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know that she told me that she was, before she came to Boogie Down, she was over there at the Hell Lovers. I do know that.
No, she wasn't no Hell Lover. She was she wasn't lying. She was the what was the club she was in at first? You heard of the UFOs?
UFO, no. Now, that's not the Enterprise, the USS Enterprise. That's something totally different.
Yeah, that's something different. I got to tell you about that. I don't even want to talk about that. That's what that had a hell of a. I have to talk to you. I won't talk on the phone.
Hey, Smoke. I already know it. We talked about it a couple years ago, man, about how that situation went.
I was there.
Yeah.
It happened on a Sunday night. I never forget it. On a football night.
Man, yeah. We'll leave that one alone. It's yeah, man. It's a heck of a story, man. I wasn't there to hear. I mean, I wasn't there to see it, but I definitely, through the archives and guys of your age has definitely shared information with me about that.
Yeah, it was true, man. It wasn't pretty.
How was black clubs treated back then? Had they always stayed separate from the white clubs?
Well, let me tell you something now. White clubs is white clubs. You don't mix an F with them fucking white boys. Them white boys, I gotta ask you, a lot of these clubs say they outlaw. To me, the white boys outlaw, brother. They outlaw. They stay to themselves, by themselves, among themselves.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean,
yeah, them outlaws.
I can take it. I can dig it.
Yeah, Mr. Motherfucking outlaw. I don't fuck with them. Like I hear some of the boys say, "Man, I'm going over to the what's going for steak and potatoes." I said, "Well, you take your ass on. I ain't fucking with them white boys. You ought to be eating a nigga." Because I tell them, fucking with them, you still a nigga.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I can dig it. I can dig it, man. You definitely.
Yeah, I remember it was a club. It was a club over on Plymouth. Before you get to the South here, they call it the Who's.
The who?
The Woos of the Who's. There. And one night, my club brother, Goozy Bob, him and somebody else started in there. They parked their bikes and walked in there. Motherfucker stopped them at the door with a carbine, this and that. Told them, we don't party with niggas.
Oh, wow.
And hey, he said, okay, man. They bagged on up out the door.
Okay. That's, okay.
But you can tell the difference, man. See, white clubs can't have, only in Detroit. Only in Detroit. They can't have this shit in the suburbs. And these niggas break in houses and buildings and shit. But nobody breaks in them motherfucking white boy motorcycle club. They don't know.
Why they don't do that, man? Smokey, why yeah, why won't they do that, Smokey, man? What is it, man? Why they stay away from them, man?
Yeah, They come up missing.
They won't be found, huh?
Oh no.
Oh,
They ain't found hot,
man.
but have they?
Okay, yeah. Yeah. That's something, Smokey, man. Listen, man. That's been dope, man. I enjoyed this conversation, man. We got a little bit more to talk about with you, man. But I do want to go back to to the origin of what I was asking you about this color count thing and everything like that. Do you think that is a great purpose for the color count right now to be existing, or do you think it still serves a purpose from the reason why they started doing color count? Is it a waste of time? What do you think about currently
Well, let me
today?
tell you this. Color count, they give liquor away. I remember the time wasn't no liquor in no motorcycle club. They just had wine and beer. Because the rule was when your club brother, he get drunk, you take his keys. Now, you could buy a can of beer 50 cents. You could buy a bottle of wine for $1.50. And they sold Boone Farm. They had Boone Farm, Apple, and Strawberry Hill.
And Ripple.
And Ripper and Boom and Boom. No, and what's the other one? Yeah,
Or some
but
shit like that.
yeah, but no liquor. Liquor wasn't allowed in the club. And then I remember the time, man, that you couldn't sell no beer. Hey, they had a sign on the door. And see another thing, man. The reason these motorcycles started, I come over your house and there's 3 or 4 motorcycles out there. That wasn't happening. Police coming. Your gang start. Use a gang.
No stuff.
And how we got it to start it, how did we got it to start a club? Start calling them clubs. It was a guy named, on the news name, on the radio, named Jim Ingham. I can't think of his name. Look it up. He always was talking about we was a gang. And we used to meet up and protest down to Kennedy Square. I remember everybody used to ride their bikes in the wintertime when no snow was on down Kennedy Square. We kept protesting and protesting. We not a gang. And then that's when they started calling us Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah, that's when they start calling us a club. We're not a gang.
Clubs. Okay, not Cubs. Okay, my bad.
Yeah, and I remember the time that the reason then, hey, you had 3 or 4 motorcycles that you're around your house. The police coming, and then they saying this and that. So what they did, a dude found how the club started. They found, I call it a hole in the wall, in the block, on the block. Hung a foam up on the wall, and that was the club. They had boxes and milk crates sit on or whatever, and they kept the door lock put out there, donation only.
Yeah.
You come by your club, you come by the club, and if you come by the club and if they didn't know you don't kill motorcycles, hey, couldn't come in.
Now, what you think about? How do you feel about unisex motorcycle clubs? Did they have them back then?
Have what now?
Unisex, men and women in the clubs, meaning like women members. A unisex club. You don't have to be all men. It's not all men.
No, I'm at home.
No, I said a unisex club.
Wait a minute, wow, that phone died? Wait a minute, she gave me another phone. This one died. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this one, it come up now. My wife gave me another phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I hear an echo.
Wait a minute, I gotta turn it down.
All right.
Wait a minute. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I said, how do you feel about
Well,
unisex clubs? Unisex club, men and women motorcycle clubs.
well, the women's have their own club and the men's have theirs.
No, a club with men and women in there.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
Okay. Was it cool back then, or is it better now that they are integrated? Some clubs.
Well, it's just like I got to sit you down to tell you about that. Where you gonna be at tomorrow, man?
Oh, I wouldn't be around, man. I gotta get with Jeff, man. I got some stuff I gotta do tomorrow with him, man.
Hey, listen. You know Jeff, brother and them, and his mother and uncle and them started the boogie down.
I know it. Russ was by the shop 2 days ago.
Yes.
Frank used to come by the shop in the morning. Yeah, I know. I'm hip.
Yeah, they know me smoking butter and flying diamonds. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm hip, man. I'm hip, man. We gonna have to get you away from the house. We got a lot of stuff to talk.
Yep. And then I got to talk to Glenn Jess because yeah.
Yeah.
When you gonna be on the? Hey,
we gonna pick you back on that later.
yeah. But where you at? Where you broadcasting at?
Man, listen, man, right now, man, this is where I'm doing my podcast at every week, man. I'm at Watts Audio in Farmington Hills on 8 Mile, just east of Grand River.
Yeah, I know where that's at.
Yeah. So if anybody needs some audio on your motorcycles, Sean Watts at Watts Audio, he can definitely get you together out there, man. So
you're on past.
Yep.
You're on past White Castle, on past Pet Boys on down.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I used to go out there and get my. I used to go out there to get my boots and stuff right there on Farmington Road and 8 Miles out there. That's how I used to get all my boots and stuff at, my dusters and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't think of the name of it. They sell everything but the horse.
Yeah, I know where you're talking about. I know exactly where you're talking about, Smokey. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff, man, I want to say, man, till I got you actually here, man. But I want to call you tomorrow. I'm about to go ahead and wrap up, this podcast. I appreciate you for taking the time out, man, to chat with us. But we got a lot more that we got to talk about, man. I just want to get you, man, when I got you in person, man, where we can really get down and into it, man, and we can really, really talk about some of the 70s and some of the 80s, man, and send some information out to the people that's listening, man, that want to know and learn from us, some of the stuff that transpired, just the history. Because once the old guys go, once y'all go, man, if the history ain't, delivered, man, it's gone too. So
yeah,
we gotta put it out there.
Yeah, because you know what? Everybody think Harley Davidson, this and that, and all that Honda, and back then them Honda niggas could even buy a Harley back then. And then you don't want to buy that old raggedy green, or leaking so and so.
Hey, but now
piece of shit.
Hey, they evolved now, man. So let me ask you this, Smokey. Would you get a Harley nowadays? Right now today, would you get a Harley? Would you go?
You know who's making them, don't you?
Who making them?
Japanese. You know who made that Evolution motor? I mean, that Evolution motor?
No, who made it?
The Japanese made it.
Is that right?
Was them, yes. The front end off under the motorcycles will fit on a go away.
Okay, yeah, I don't want nobody to do that. I just want them to go out there and buy the real thing.
Well, it is the real thing, but if it weren't for the Japanese, Harley wouldn't be shit. Because Harley was going under. Willie G was going under, but the Japanese, and see, when the bowling ball company took it over, AMF.
AMF.
Yeah, they was a piece of shit. That's what it was, a piece of shit. And then they took it, and the Japanese took it. They took it back to Japan and perfected it, made a better motorcycle. But what it is, took the vibration out of it and put rubber bounce on it. But they ain't gonna never make nothing better than they shit.
Okay.
It's just like that Harley trike. It's a piece of junk. It don't nothing like that Japanese bike because what happened, Harley don't make trikes. You know who make trikes?
Who make the trikes?
No company make trikes. Harley don't make them. They send them out to get them done. I think it's South Dakota. They put them up. They get that kit. Who makes that kit for it is Lehman, way up in Canada. Who makes the trike for the Japanese? Hey, you're going to either in the gold wing, or whether you're going to either buy a Road Smith, or you're going to buy a motor trike, or you're going to be California sidecar. That's what they are. Honda don't make a trike. Harley don't make a trike.
Okay.
But motor trike, Road Smith, and California sidecar make better what you call this than Harley. They independent, got airbags on and everything. Harley's got a straight axle.
Okay. Well, I ain't never looked into a trike, man, but the information is priceless. The
Yep, and
information
then
is priceless.
and then again, everybody talking about how fast some Harleys is, man. How can you take a 2-cylinder motorcycle and outrun a 6-cylinder motorcycle? Please tell me that. They're just like
they put that money
somebody
in it.
taking
They
a
put that
car.
money in it.
Yeah, but you're putting money in it. But hey, sooner or later, the motor gonna tear up. That's why once you do that, you ain't got to put nothing in one of them goddamn Japanese pipes with some gas and hold on. That's all you got to do is in there and put stuff on it and make it pretty.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah, I don't think it's never gonna be pretty though.
That's why you you can't wait. It's just like you got a car. 2 people pushing a car across down the street. How fast is it gonna go? Then all of a sudden, here comes somebody coming with you, pass you with a 4-cylinder. Then here comes somebody with a 6-cylinder. Hey, you still back there?
Yeah. Hey man, I don't know, man. I want to just stick. Me personally, I want to stick to the Harley, man. I think.
Well, that's what it is. Y'all stuck with that.
Yeah, I'm
dollar for dollar, pound for pound. Remember this. You can't beat that Japanese. And do you know, in 1941, if that Japanese had 2 more gallons of gas, you'd be speaking Japanese because they'd have been here. Only thing stopped them, only thing stopped them because they was almost to New York. We always speaking Japanese.
They say almost.
That's right. Yeah, but I'm saying, but you can't beat that Jap. Yeah, but you can't beat that Jap. Hey, that Japanese, but like you say, he lost the war, but he ain't gonna lose the battle. Everything, that shit you talking on, you know where it came from?
What's that? The Japanese.
Japanese. The telephone we talking about, Americans made a telephone. You had a big box and bunch of wires, and you had a bag you carry around. Japanese made one you put in your pocket and walk. Jap is bad, brother.
No, man, I could dig it, Smokey. I could dig it, man. I could dig it. I'm trying to think, man. I gotta let you go, man. You got anything that you want to ask Smokey, man? Before I let him get up out of here, man, because I gotta wait to Smokey. I gotta wait till Smokey ain't at home, man, because I got a lot of stuff, man. We gonna get you down here, Smokey, man. Listen, I know it's past your bedtime.
I'm at home sitting on the bed.
I know it. I know it because I know. Listen, I was telling my guy Pedro next to me. I said, man, you know what, man? Smokey normally be in bed by now, so I'm sitting here looking at the time. And I'm like, man, I got him up late, man, right now, man, because he would have been gone by now, man.
No, I don't be. It ain't the idea. I'll be in the bed. I'll be in the house. You know who come out at night?
Freaks.
The freaks come out at night.
The boogeyman. The boogeyman come out at night. Everything happen at night.
So you staying away. You staying away from that, man. You staying where staying where it's safe at.
Oh yeah, I'm at home.
Yeah, no, man. We'll get you though, man. We gotta get you, man. We gotta get you up in here, man, so we can really kick it with you, man. Especially get you when you by yourself. You talk free.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like when you saying that. Yep. Yep.
Yeah. You gonna be down where you gonna be at tomorrow?
Man, I'm gonna be between my place and Jeff's place, in between the two, one back and forth.
Okay, your place where? Down on Livernois?
I want to be between. I got a building on Pearson. I want to be over there, and I want to be over there.
Pearson or what?
Wyoming.
Right there on the gas down there, or right off of Wyoming, a little ways down.
2 blocks down. I got a shop
on the left hand side.
Right hand side.
Okay, right there where that funeral home or something used to be?
No, going back the other way, between the Livernois and Wyoming.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll find it. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to have you check it out, man. I'm gonna have to have you check that thing out, man. Hey, listen, Smokey, let me go ahead and let you get off of this thing, man. I gotta get ready to shut this thing down, but I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
All right.
All right, thanks. All right, appreciate
Smokey.
you.
Talk to y'all. Y'all be safe.
Yes, sir. Got my guy Smokey, man. Listen, Smokey, man, he been around for a long time, man. You ever just listen to him? He got a lot of knowledge and a lot of history about a lot of stuff, man. And it's just amazing that he got his memory still intact. I mean, half of these people, to be honest with you, I don't know who they are because that wasn't my time frame. That wasn't my era. So when he just dropped the names, I just listened, man. And then when I'm talking to somebody else and I hear that same name, I'm like, oh, okay, man. And then a lot of the older bikers that's younger than him but older than me, when I ask them certain questions and they get stuck and they can't answer it, they always revert back to him. Hey, do you know Smokey? Go ask Smokey because he would know. So definitely got to get as much information from him that I can, man, because with history, if it ain't passed on, it dies.
Right.
And it's a lot of knowledge, man, that I think everybody can learn something from dealing with him and some of the bike stuff, some of the bike history, some of the clubs, how they started, certain people, so all that other stuff, man. That's cool, man. So shout out to Smokey, man, for taking his time sitting on the line, man. And it's not an easy task to get him to publicly speak, man. So I'm glad that he took his time out for that. Another thing, the weather in Detroit, the weather has been great for the last couple days. Great enough to the point where people have chosen to get out on their motorcycles. Now, here's the thing that I want to put out there, and I want everybody to have fun. I know we get that itch. I know we want to ride the motorcycles, even if it's around the block that turns into down the block a couple miles away, and then you're on the other side of town. But listen, let's be mindful. One, the cars, they're not used to seeing us right now. So that's a danger right there. But even more dangerous than the cars right now are these potholes. These potholes, they're still there. So when you riding these bikes, man, listen, you hit the wrong pothole, one or two things can happen, man. One, you got to bend that rim. Two, you can crash. So I say all that to say, I just want everybody out there to be safe and be cautious when they riding, because the streets have not been fixed. And that street that we're used to riding down, where we know where every dip and turn is, well, guess what? When them plow trucks come, all they really doing is ripping out that stuff.
Not only
that's
that,
there, and you hitting it. It's a new pothole.
And another thing too is that, especially here in Michigan, the weather makes the road conditioning a little different, especially when it's wintertime. From the cold, the asphalt or cement is conditioned differently.
Yeah.
when you're riding on that thing. So it's different, man.
It's definitely different, man. So I just want all y'all to be safe. I heard it was an accident just a few days ago. Yeah. I can't verify where it was at. I heard. So that's just hearsay. But I don't want to hear somebody that I know, man. I don't want to hear anybody that's going down, so let's try to curve that where we're not hearing about somebody went down first day out, man. The guy went down, the weather was nice. Somebody lost their life, man. Let's just be cautious. Let's be careful. Let's take our time. And sometimes it's not us, it's the motorists. So just be mindful. But things that I'm saying, you guys already know it, but I don't want y'all to think that it can't happen to you. Because it can happen to any of us at any given time. So just be safe, just be careful, and whatever it is that you're doing out here on this motorcycle. The ground is cold, you can slide, all that kind of stuff, man. But if you're riding, kudos and congratulations to you for doing what you do, man, and enjoy it. Just be safe, man. Just be safe out there, man. I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching this podcast. We got some guests coming up. We trying not to get too many guests back to back to back because we want to just chat. But as always, if somebody has a topic, something that they want to discuss, think that we should bring up on the podcast, hit us up. Like today, when I woke up this morning and I seen that group in the Bike Life in the D group, I had seen this post right here about the whole color count thing, and that's what made me call Smokey, because I wanted to talk about it, because if it's a question, and I thought it was interesting to talk about, what is the purpose? And, why do they do it? Even though I was told why they do it in my club, but it's still people out there that got questions as far as why they color count and what the purpose of color count is. So I want people to really, be interactive with us. If they got something, hey man, Lavish, why don't you talk about this? If it's something that's worth talking about, hit us up, let us know. Me personally, I don't really like doing color counts.
Me neither.
I don't. My reason for it, I don't want you to know how many of us are in attendance. I don't. My paranoia say, all right, man, listen, man, Pedro, you know what? It's only about 10 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's only about 10 of them here. So, we can go at it because it's about 30 of us.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? That's my mental.
Yeah.
I don't want them to know how many, it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me, if it's my way, we're going to count just enough to win. That's it. After we get a certain number, we ain't counting no more.
Right.
It's just know it's a lot of us here, man. But anyway, man, y'all make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Hit me up on all social media platforms at Lavish T. Williams. We're going to be tuning in with y'all next week. Next week, we got some guests coming up. Coming up on the show, man. We got a list of people that's coming. We got some girls that's coming. I ain't going to tell you who. We got some guys that's coming. I'm not going to tell you who. We got some people from the Midwest. We got some people from the West Coast. And we got some people from the South that we're going to have up on here, man. Y'all just stay tuned, man. I'm going to be posting the flyers out, man, with the people up on here, man. So we're going to continue to keep making this podcast great. We're going to keep continuing to make it worth the while to watch and all that other cool stuff, man. So y'all make sure y'all keep on tuning in, watching, man, and tell a friend, man. Let's pump this thing up, man. And if you look on the screen, oh man, I love it, man. Year 2, the Lavish Biker Badge, man. Go ahead and book y'all rooms right now, man. Go ahead and book them, cause it's coming, man. Ideas is in the works. We're gonna make this thing pop just like it did last year, if not bigger and better, man. So go ahead and book them rooms. I don't want y'all to wait till the last minute and say, hey, Lavish, man, they don't have no more rooms, man. I ordered a few more rooms, but I want y'all to go ahead and start booking now so that y'all can save up. Start doing it now, so you don't have to wait to crunch time and your finances don't be right. And you say, man, I don't think I can make it, because we need you in Detroit. We need you up in the Midwest. We need you here, man. So appreciate y'all, man. We about to get up out of here, man. We about to end this podcast, man. Y'all tune in next Wednesday to the Biker Podcast. And we got some good stuff coming up, man. We got some good stuff, man. So stay tuned. Again, I appreciate everybody that's always constantly watching, that's chiming in. And for the people that don't watch live, to go back and watch it on YouTube or Facebook in the group, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Until next time, peace.
You've been listening to the Lavish Biker Podcast with your hosts, Lavish T. Williams and Pedro, the dopest podcast in the nation. We want to thank you for hanging out with us, and make sure to add, like, follow, and subscribe at Lavish T. Williams on all social and streaming platforms. We'll see you next time on the Lavish Biker Podcast.